So after weeks and weeks of contemplation and taking my time and waiting for the clarity to happen and not making a decision out of fear or impulse or whatever else, I think I finally made the decision, or I know I finally made the decision to stay because, like I said, shared in the poem, the last poem I just wrote and then I'm sharing with you guys, is that fear was the one dictating me to go back. This dream, this idea of what it could be when I already knew what it was like when I was there. So those environments haven't changed. And I've already said this in previous videos when I was like stronger about my decision on staying. I was like, no, it's not right. The fear was like, how are you going to handle it without support? But I can handle it. I've handled it for a year and I have to keep believing in myself that have patience and everything will come in due timing. And I'm okay with the journey that I'm on right now. I feel clarity, I feel peace, and peace is the thing that matters the most. I'm not willing to give up my peace for a chance of support that might not even be worth it. So support will come. Everything will come in due timing. It's me working on myself and still healing myself. Healing just doesn't happen in 10 months. Yeah, you can heal a lot of stuff, but you still are working every day on building new habits, building new routines, building everything. Like, we want everything now, but just like a new skill, it takes months, years to develop a skill and be good at that skill, playing the piano, let's say, or a sport or whatever. It takes years to develop a skill. So, hello. Basically like nothing for me to go back for, and it's crazy because when I look at my other videos that I posted recently and seeing that like how I can convince myself so much on a path that's not right for me, being like thinking that my perception was changing when it was just fear clinging to an old version of me, being like, go back to that old version because this place that you came to is not working out. And I was finding all these reasons saying that, oh, the creator brought me here for healing and I meant to go back and I meant to share what I'm supposed to share with people in person. So it's like I was finding all these reasons of why it could work there, which is kind of a good thing because that means that my perception can shift in the sense of like I have a resilience enough to handle any place that I go to, but in my mind I can handle any place that I go to. If I actually go there, will I feel the same way that I felt before, even though I've changed so much? And I don't know unless I go back, but is that worth the risk worth taking when I feel so much peace and serenity here and those things triggered me? So like when we heal, it doesn't mean that our triggers disappear. We still have the same triggers. The only thing that changes is the choice that we make in those decisions that we have our triggers. The two choices that we have is either not react at all, don't say nothing to the person, leave it alone, or choose to handle it from a mature way where we're not acting from a place that's attacking, that's name calling, that's any of these things that you're going to feel regretful after. You can stand up for yourself, have boundaries, tell them what hurt you, why you don't want to do what they're telling you to do, or why you don't agree with their opinion, or why what they're doing is not constructive or not conducive towards you, so you're not going to tolerate it. And be like, cool, just say the facts, not getting from emotional reaction where you guys are both triggering each other back and forth, whatever situation you're in, right? So it's like if you can avoid putting yourself in those situations or in environments that are going to trigger you, then do it. Like your peace is the most important thing, especially for me. Like it took me so long to build up my peace. Like I was at my breaking point. Like I wanted to give up on everything. And I needed to get away, and getting away here, it was hard. It was a struggle. It still is a struggle at times. But at the end of the day, I still have my peace. I still don't have outside influences or the environment that I'm in triggering me. I get to make the environment the way I want it. I get to choose who I allow in my circle, and I get to be in isolation for the moment until I find those people that I connect with. And that's okay because I've built up my routine and I'm building it more to make my days feel fulfilling and joyful. And if the kids are having fun, then I'm good with that. Like, as long as they're good, then I'm good. And of course, we need stuff for ourselves as well, but that will come in due time. It doesn't have to be right now, right? So I think that's what I'm learning. I'm kind of being peaceful and grateful for all the small things. I was kind of out of it for a little bit and not practicing gratitude on these little moments that I was experiencing, and just the fact that like a lot of people would be so grateful to be in the position that I'm in, even with the struggles that I'm experiencing, because some people are facing so much more struggles than what I'm going through. Like the fact that I have food on the table, the fact that I have sunlight, the fact that I can go out into nature, the fact that I have two beautiful kids who are smart, intelligent, caring, like all of these things, we have to remember it and be grateful for it. Just because we have it, it's not always on to the next, on to the next. It's like work on the next thing, but still appreciate the things that you have. So I think that's something that we lose sight of because we're programmed in the society to, okay, you got that accomplishment, now what's your next accomplishment? Instead of being like, okay, enjoy the simple things. And it's funny because the person that I was seeing before, I remember saying to him that my dream is to have a piece of land, build a house up on that land, sustainable living, growing, solar panels, all this stuff. And like I can feel it, my eyes lighting up when I was talking about that. It wasn't about being in the city, doing this, doing that. Like my highest self wants that. And where can I have that? And where am I starting to build that? It's here in a warm climate. I'm not saying this is forever, it could be somewhere else that I move, but that's where I see myself thriving and feeling peace and all this stuff. And I already am starting to feel it here, but I was thinking that I needed the support or else I couldn't do it. I was starting to tell myself I can't instead of I can. So it's like pay attention to what your highest self wants. And that's why it's so important to take your time. Because if I had rushed, if I had jumped when I was feeling overwhelmed and being like, okay, I'm getting out of here, I need to go back now, I'm done with this, then I wouldn't have got the clarity that I'm getting now. That I'm like, no, this is worth it. This is what your dream was. You dreamed about going to Spain years ago. Your dream was to go to Spain, and now you're gonna give up because there's some challenges that you have to face. Everywhere's gonna be challenges. But what's worth it for you? Like literally from the simplest things to a warmer climate, that's worth it to me. That's worth it than being in somewhere that's 10 months cold out of the year. And I was trying to switch my perception to say, no, I can handle it. If I have the support, it'll be fine. But realistically, if I'm there and I'm trapped inside of the house majority of the time because it's -20 and it's too cold to go out because your face is going to freeze, then I'm going to be annoyed and depressed and not liking my environment again. And then I already have to deal with the clutter of being in a cluttered environment, whereas here I don't have that. So really take your time, because as frustrated as I was, as annoyed as I was that I wasn't coming up with the answer and that I was in the state of indecision and confusion, I'm still grateful for the process because it strengthened and